If you are struggling in reverse 1999, I'm going to give you quick 15 tips to help you progress and to help you from making mistakes. If you end up liking this video, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell, ding ding thing so you know when I post a video. Let's go, baby. Tip number 1, you gotta know what is the easiest thing to level. In priority, I would go Insight 2, Psychube to level 40, and then Resonant 5 or 7. Once you get those 3, then it's easier to get to Insight 3. A lot of people say it's very hard to do Insight 3. To me, honestly, it's not. Yes, it is stamina capped because you have to farm the materials. You can use the Wishing Spring to help you along. But when you do plan on an Insight 3, throughout all your characters, you need to know which one would benefit more from an Insight 3. But you want to look at the Insight 3s and see exactly who would benefit the most, and then do your decision based off of that. There's some Insight 3s that are better than others. Number 2, dupes of characters are important. This increases the percentage of damage on certain cards. It also increases penetration rate on damage dealers. It's a lot different for a lot of different characters. The amount of a shield might go up, the amount of heals might go up, but dupes are important. That's why I made a video on what to save for or summon for the banners upcoming. Because you just don't want to summon just because you have summons to do, okay? Be patient and summon on the right banner so you can get dupes for characters that you're already using. Number 3, dupes for Psychubes are not important early game. The dupes for the Psychubes are for Amplify. This only increases the amplification and it does it in small increments. For example, you could get a second 6-star Psychube while using the thoughts in entirety instead of getting a dupe. This is one mistake that I made. But you're going to get more benefit out of just a level 1 6-star Psychube, just due to the stats. Tip number 4, Numa Analysis Dungeon. Like I've talked about before, you want to do at least 2 of these daily. However, if you got some energy to spare and you don't know where to focus on, you can spend your energy or activity here. This stage drops thoughts in entirety. So you can farm this to get another 6-star Psychube. But you also get enlightened items and other items to level your Psychubes up. Number 5, I'm going to tell you the 4 most limited resources in this game right now. These are Brief Cacophonies, Moment of Dissonance, MF Polarization, and LF Polarization. The polarization items are for ascending your Psychubes to the next level cap. And the dissonance and cacophonies are for leveling resonant levels. These items are time gated, whether it's shop time gated or it's artificial somnambulism time gated. Use these sparingly and effectively. Number 6, like I've talked about, focus only on 6 characters. 1 main carry that you can take all through main story or whatever, and then the other 5, make sure to level them up evenly. You want them all at least at Insight 2 and Resonant 7. The Resonant is the hard part, but you want to do this for Limbo. Let's say you only have 3 super strong characters and then like a 4th mediocre character and then 2 weaker characters. Once you get into Limbo, that weaker character will get blown up. And then you're only down to using 2 cards. It won't be beneficial for you. Number 7, the bank. I'm going to tell you the most effective things to buy in the bank and fragment shop is free to play. First, in the base counter, make sure to buy out the MF polarizations first. Then start buying out the LF polarizations. In the treble counter, you need Album of the Lost. And if you're getting these already, then you're probably not free to play. But I highly suggest to go for the HF polarization first, then the Brief Cacophonies. For the fragment shop, Psychube shop, don't buy a dupe of your 6-star selector that you got from the Carrier Wave carrier. Buy a second 6-star Psychube. Again, don't focus on dupes for the 5 stars either until you have an abundance of the thought elements. make sure to buy out the LF polarization first. In the 1 Eric shop, save up and buy the 2 crystal caskets twice a month every month. On the remaining of the points that you get with the fluid, start buying out the brief cacophonies first, and then buy the moment of dissonances. If you're all past that already, then you can get the Nells, but you do get 5 free ones at the end of the collector's edition, the free-to-play one. These are used to level up resonance at higher levels. Tip number 8, most of your stats come from Insight and Psychubes. Yes, you get good stats from Resonate too. However, it is much harder to level. Make sure to focus on Insight and Psychube first. Number 9, I don't really suggest this, I'm just giving you this tip to show you that you can do it. But in the Battle Pass, the Collector's Edition free-to-play one, let's just say you are trying to progress today the rest of Limbo and you just need an extra resonant level or whatever the case may be. You can level up the jukes box by spending clear drops. Now this is a risk that you would take using your clear drops to level up the jukes box. But for a mere 450 clear drops, I can increase my decibel level 3 times and give 5 brief cacophonies. Now again, I'm not suggesting you do that, I'm just saying you can. There we go, I got 5 now. And now I can immediately level up another resonant level. Maybe something resets tonight, and I just need a little extra boost. This is something you can do. Tip number 10, change your resonant to help you pass a level. Since we're talking about resonant here, let's say there is a Limbo stage that you are trying to beat and you just can't. Maybe you change your resonant stats. You can look at the creatures and see what kind of damage they do, and look, okay, there's mental damage. Okay, look, the other skill is mental too. The ultimate's mental. Let's check another enemy. What's he? Mental, okay. Oh, but the boss is reality, okay. But 2 out of the 3 of the enemies on this stage are mental. If you take these stats here and change it up a little bit to focus more on defense, you can look for all the icons that have mental defense first, and then maybe get into damage taken reduction, more of a defensive survival approach. So that you have more HP, you have more mental defense, and you have more damage taken reduction. Number 11, use the wishing spring wisely. And also farm wisely since activity is limited. Now Platinum Ouija, you need Clawed Pendulum, and you also need Holy Silver. When you use activity to farm materials, you definitely only want to focus on the purple material. Now obviously we can't do both here, as there's no stage that's in hard that has both of these. However, be efficient. Hard Floor 3-3 also has these silver ore. With silver ore, you can craft rough silver ingot, for example, which is what you need to craft holy silver. So yes, you're farming for Clawed Pendulum, but you're also farming the other material that you need to craft for Platinum Ouija, which is the holy silver. Tip number 12, you can click on your character and you get a bond increased. What bond does is unlocks items and stories, which will also unlock clear drops for you. So you can use these on your summons or your activity refreshes, whatever you want to do. Number 13, in the battle start menu, you can click on the silhouette up here and this will show you the majority of players recently that have beaten this stage and what characters they've used. Tip number 14, if you ever want to get back to the tutorial for some reason, you can click the pause button and there is a tutorial book. Maybe you want to go back and see what the icons are of some things or what something does or whatever the case may be. And last but not least, tip number 15, if you do die, these 3 things right here describing your team is highly accurate. This is what your characters are lacking for this fight. And because resonant levels are probably the hardest thing to level up right now, it's very time gated. As you can see, this is the main issue. That's it for today's video. I just want to throw some tips out there for you to help you progress. Maybe you knew all of them. Maybe you didn't know any. As long as I taught one person one thing they didn't know, that's all that matters. If you like this video, sub, like, ding ding a bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!